Alright, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to do a quick discussion video about OP-10. That's not what it's called, it's not 010, it's just OP-10. So, in this set, we are going to be looking specifically at the Revolutionary Army support because we have a couple different cards. We have a couple new yellow revolutionaries, we have a couple blue revolutionaries, which is pretty interesting. We're going to take a look at those. And then we also have some general yellow cards that would work great in Bello Betty. So we're going to look at those and discuss them, see if they have any place in the deck, and how we could change the deck in general. So let's jump right into it. All right, so we're going to jump straight into the yellow cards, the yellow Revolutionary Army cards, starting us off with Inazuma here. Inazuma is a 4-cost, 5k power, 1k counter with the effect Don X1. When attacking, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with cost equal to or less than the total of your and your opponent's life. And then the trigger is the same as the OP-09 Revolutionary Armies, where it can play itself out from life if you and your opponent both has a total amount of life equal to 5 or less. This card, it's interesting. I don't think it makes the cut, unfortunately. Like, yeah, it has a trigger. Yeah, it's a 4-cost 5k. But the effect just isn't that good. It could have seen play, maybe, if there wasn't a Don X1 requirement. The Don X requirement, it's kind of awkward. I feel like usually on curve you don't really have that spare Don, and it's kind of ass, and like usually you want to put that on your leader because the rest of the characters can be boosted, whereas your leader cannot. And the effect is just kind of really situational as well. So I do not think this Inazuma will see play, unfortunately. I love Inazuma, but not making the cut, I would say, for this one. But we do have one more. Let me scroll down to it. Right here, we have Ivankov. Ivankov is a 5-cost, 6k, 1k counter with the ability Activate Main once per turn. Give up to 3 of your Rev Army characters plus 1000 power until end of turn. Then put the top card of your life into your hand. Again, I don't think this card is very good. I think, like, yeah, boosting your characters 1k is decent, but I think I think for the stat line, yeah, I don't think it doesn't curve out. Maybe it was a 4-cost, you could get it out early with like some kind of 4-cost Ivankov play. And start taking your life kind of early, maybe. But I think this comes out just a turn too late, and then like giving plus 1k to 3 things for the cost of a life is just not that good. Maybe if yellow sees way too much play, then you actually kind of need to be able to get this on 5. Like specifically against the Gedatsu, it could be good because then you kind of just choose to go first, and then you play out your Dawn, 1 Dawn turn, you play out your 3 Dawn turn, and then you reach 5 before they reach 5, and you can take that life, and then they won't then they can't kill your 4-cost with Gedatsu. I don't know. Maybe there's a world where this is playable, but I unfortunately doubt this sees play either. But as well, doesn't have a trigger, so not that good. Nothing too interesting about this card. I unfortunately don't think it'll see play. But there are more yellow cards. Let's jump straight into those. And here is the one I am most excited about. This is Roronoa Soro. He is a yellow character, 3-cost, 5k, counterless, which is never great to see. Is a supernova / straw hat crew. And the effect is if your life total is fewer than your opponent's, this character gains rush. And he also has a trigger, which is just you can play him by discarding a card. Ooh, the translation I saw for this card earlier did not say anything about it being leader locked. Ooh. I think that's still fine. Alright, hear me out. My logic with this is that this is basically Rush Inazuma, but with a different condition, right? So you have this 3-cost 5k. So, like Inazuma, but he has 1k more power instead of 1k counter, right? They have the same sort of stat line. Inazuma doesn't have a trigger. So And this doesn't have a trigger, right, in Bello Betty. But it can be boosted because it has a trigger. And then, like, the way I love Inazuma, like Rush Inazuma, obviously, is the way that, like, if you're on 2 cards, right, you can still just get a 3rd card out and boost 3 characters and get maximum value of your leader ability, right? That is what's so sick about Inazuma. It's what's so sick about 4-cost Ivankov. Heck, even fucking Dragon likes that shit. And this is just another card that allows you to go very, very fast. So I think this definitely might see some play in certain decks. And I think it's very sick. I think it's a sick card. And who doesn't love Soro, right? So I think this card might see play. And I think there's definitely arguments for it. Like myself, I personally love playing Inazuma. And getting a couple extra copies of Inazuma in my deck, that would just be so sick. So love this card. I think it could be great in Velobetti. Obviously, the fucking condition here is not great. You don't really wanna like be at fewer life than your opponent. Like, you're rarely gonna be. It's like in those, like, and when you wanna play this card, right, it's gonna be later in the game, and then hopefully you're not fucking dying, because then you're dead either way. But it could be a clutch card. It is a counterless, so that's not great. Maybe he's played, maybe a 2-off. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna have to play test when it gets on the sim and see if it's any good. We have one more card though, and that is Basil Hawkins. This is a yellow character, 4-cost, 5k power, 1k counter, with a ability that says on KO, trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards. So this is basically Okiku, but better in Belaberi, right? And the trigger is draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. So you could argue that that's a better trigger than Okiku. Maybe. Also, it's not counterless, so all are better than Okiku. 1k power less, worse than Okiku. There's arguments, you know. I personally don't like Okiku. I personally more like the look of this card. And I think this effect is much better than Okiku's effect. I think you could definitely end up running some kind of build where you kind of build up your board at the same time as you're trashing your opponent's life. Like, you play this and then you play Demon Robin, right? And then you're kind of just slowly grinding them out, like, on the life while you're establishing a board. And then at, like, when you have that board, you just boost and you swing fucking really hard and win, right? So I definitely think that's some kind of build that you could check out. This card is sick. I love it. Could definitely see play for sure. Moving on to some interesting cards, we've got some blue Revolutionary Army cards, and we're going to talk about those quickly. Starting off the list here with blue Revolutionary Army cards, we have Sabo. Sabo is a 4-cost, 5k, 2k counter with the ability, if one of your characters other than Sabo with an original cost of 7 or less would be removed from the board, you may instead return this character to your hand. This is sick, right? Like, this is awesome. This is an awesome card. It's a 2k counter. It's literally like an overstated fucking card with a good effect. So, in theory, right, you can go fucking... What would it be? It would be like Ivankov into this, and then you just have this on board, and if they somehow remove Ivankov, you just bounce this and goes back to hand, so you have another 2k in hand, or another discard in hand, you know? Hand size is important. Unfortunately, obviously, the blue cards aren't going in below Betty, which sucks, right? But I feel like it's so weird that we're getting blue support because we don't have a blue Revolutionary Army leader that is not Impel Down Ivankov. And Impel Down Ivankov doesn't run a Revolutionary Army engine. It doesn't have any sort of searchers whatsoever. So it's just really fucking odd. But I'm pretty sure, right, that this means that we're getting Revolutionary Army leader in the future, maybe OP-11, maybe OP-12, you know, that is going to be blue and some other color, hopefully red. I would like to see like maybe a blue-red Inazuma would be sick. Blue-red Karasu would be sick. Blue-red Koala would be sick. Blue-red Sabo would work, but we have a lot of Sabo, so maybe not that one. You know, there's a lot of leaders that we could get off of the Revolutionary Armies. So hopefully, I mean, this just screams we're gonna get into more of the cards. I know this is a Dressrosa card and it works as Dressrosa supports, but more of the cards that scream Revolutionary Army. Let's just jump straight into those, and we can talk more about those right now because it's right here. This is Hack, right? He is a 4-cost 5k, 1k counter with the ability Donix 1, when attacking, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Rev Army type card and add it to your hand, and then place the rest on the bottom. This is a Rev Army Searcher. This is a Rev Army Searcher in a Dressrosa set. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's... I'm baffled. There's actually no shot we're not getting a blue Revolutionary Army leader. It's coming. I'm telling you right now. This makes no sense in Rebecca. It makes no sense in Usopp unless you're running a ultra heavy Sabo package, which is like the Sabo I just showed you, the 5-cost Sabo. Like, do we have any Koalas? Yeah, we have one in this set. We have Huck, and then we have another thingy. There's like a black event card. Like, there's not enough Revolutionary Army cards to warrant a top 3 searcher. There's coming blue Rev Army. I'm telling you right now. So fucking invest. Invest in Ivankov. Invest in Ivankov. Invest in Ivankov. There's so many Ivankovs in blue that you need to get your hands on like right now. It's Altart fucking leader Ivankov, 7-cost Ivankov, starter deck 12, I think it is, Ivankov. Dude, Inazuma, EBO1 Inazuma, get your hands on that shit ASAP. Because we're most likely gonna see, if I would guess, a blue-red Impel Down / Rev Army Inazuma leader. That is the thing that makes the most sense to drop at the moment. So that would be fucking sick, right? Hack would be great in whatever deck you're running. He's a +1, top 3 searcher, hits in everything. Plays off 4-cost Ivankov, plays off of 5-cost Ivankov, plays off of Koala. Not really relevant if the leader is red or blue, obviously. Unless they're gonna drop a red, blue, and yellow leader. That would be sick. Not happening. But, holy shit, yeah. So, great card. Moving on to the next one. Here she is. Koala. Koala is a blue character with a cost of 2, 3k power, and 1k counter with the effect, when attacking, you may return one of your Rev Army type characters with a cost of 3 or more to the owner's hand. This character gains 3000 power during this turn. Again, this just screams Rev Army leader coming soon. So this card kind of sucks. This card is kind of ass. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. We need to see some different cards for this to be good. Maybe again the 3-cost Ivankov from starter deck 12. You could run Bop for 3, Ivankov, and then Bop into Koala off the top, and then I guess you have that, and that's not very good. But you can next turn bounce your Ivankov. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's some. This card doesn't seem that good, but it is Revolutionary Army specific, right? So it's another card that just says we're getting a Rev Army leader soon, and it's going to be blue. So this is wonderful news. I'm gonna just quickly skim through the blue cards to see if there's anything else to talk about. Otherwise, I think we're done. Nope, that looks like it was it. So we went over the blue Revolutionary Army cards. We went over the yellow cards that could fit in Revolutionary Army. I think we've done a great job. Thank you, me. I did this. I just came home from work like fucking 2 hours ago, and I feel like shit. I had to get this video out so that you guys can speculate with me. Please tell me in the comments if you think there's gonna be a new leader and what it will be and who it will be and what the effect will be. Anything. I want to know what your thoughts are. So let me know in the comments below. Are you excited? I'm excited. I can't wait to see some more reveals from OP-11 so that we can find out who this leader is. And can't wait for this to get on the sim so I can drop some games. When it does drop on the sim, you bet I will drop gameplay and we can try out all these new cards, see what works. We're gonna try all the Rev armies and all the other ones I spoke about today, because something is sure to hit right. Other than that, that's it for me. See you later.